right, we will go over to the next slide. We will get going. So, as always, vision and values can be found on our website, and we also have them listed out here. But if you go to our website and you click on the menu at the top and click history, you can read throughout all of those. Just kind of goes over our overall mission statement, our values, and our vision for Valor as a whole. Go ahead and go to that next slide. So, of course, welcome. See a couple of new faces there. So, what is the Valor Town Hall? It's a good way for you to connect with your leadership team, stay informed on all the latest community updates and happenings, learn about any upcoming events, giveaways, or any important announcements that we have to share, and then kind of get a clear guidance on who to contact for, the various different aspects of our community. And then, of course, ask any questions to the leadership team. Go ahead to the next slide. All right. So the executive team will go ahead and introduce ourselves. So myself, Prophet, the CEO, I kind of handle the day to day. Everybody at the end of the day reports to me. So I take everybody's feedback, suggestions, ideas, and just make sure we are on the right path, and that Fel isn't doing anything that he shouldn't be doing, and that we're putting out the correct content, not content that we shouldn't be putting out. And then Milk keeps me in line. Make sure that we're not spending too much money, but we'll go ahead and let everybody introduce themselves. We'll go over to Jet. Catastrophic is not able to speak at the moment, so I'll introduce him here in just a few minutes. But Jet, if you wanted to introduce yourself.
Absolutely. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to the Valor Town Hall, the last one of the year, which is absolutely crazy. I'm Jet. I'm the creative director here at Valor. I handle a whole lot of content that we are putting together within the community and outside of the community with social media, and also just help out wherever and whenever I can. So thank you so much once again for being here.
And Fel.
Hi, my name is Fel. I'm the esports director. I manage all of the competitive teams that we have at Valor, whether it's PvP, rating, or M+. I do not do pet battles. That is strictly Puffin. That is his territory and area of expertise. If you have any questions about any of our competitive teams, always feel free to open a ticket or DM me about them.
Perfect. And we'll go over to Milk.
Hi. I am the CFO. I handle a lot of the money. I work pretty closely with Kata on like the shop stuff, pretty closely with the mod team for the giveaways and things of that nature. I basically tell everybody no to spending money unless it's necessary. So yeah.
Perfect. And then, so like I said, Catastrophic is in the audience, but unable to speak right now. Is not feeling well. So just a kind of rundown of what he does is essentially just make sure that we're not breaking any laws, make sure that we can do the things that we want to do. Works closely with Milk, like he said, on the shop and the supporters. Anything more business related to the LLC and partnerships, things along those lines. So that is the upper team. Of course, you can always see the entire leadership team on our website by clicking the menu at the top and clicking staff, and that'll list out everybody. There's a couple people missing on there that I need to get added, which will happen before the end of the year, I promise. We'll get that all updated. But we did just welcome in Des as our new Academy team lead. So welcome in Des. We have Nemo and Helix as our social media team, Casper as one of our moderators, and Dank as one of our recruiters, our recruitment lead. So we're excited to work with them going into the next year. The leadership team is going to look a little bit different in 2025, but we're definitely expanding on it, and going in the right direction. So we're excited to get that out to you guys. We can go to that next slide, please. So yeah, 2 years of Valor. This coming Thursday will be the exactly 2 years since the guild was created. As most of you know, Valor's been around for a while, but it was more so just a friend group. We just kind of hung out, played video games together. A couple of us streamed. That was about it. It definitely wasn't what it is today, but it was certainly a stepping stone. And when we decided to create the World of Warcraft guild, everything kind of exploded from there. So over the last 2 years, we've transformed from a vision into a thriving community and competitive force. We've built a home of over 1,200 World of Warcraft members and even more members of just other games as well that just kind of hang out. We've created a space where camaraderie, teamwork, and the passion for gaming can thrive. Our guild's remarkable journey includes being recognized as the #1 guild on Guilds of WoW for the entire 2 years that we've been a part of them. And that's a testament to the dedication of the community making that happen. All of your signups on Guilds of WoW, all of that matters to the guild and making us, getting that #1 spot. In the world of esports, we've left our mark competing in pretty much every major WoW event except for the actual Race to World First. Technically, we competed in that for the first couple of days, but hopefully going forward, as we progress, we'll be able to get into more events like that. But we've done the MDI, the Mythic Dungeon Invitational, the DDI, the Dungeon Dojo Invitational, and the Arena World Cup, the AWC. We've also, if you caught yesterday, hosted the very first pet battle tournament, and we will be doing much more with them going forward. I'm excited to share that with you. Got some amazing news on that today that I'm not quite ready to share, but that will be coming out soon. We have our dedicated PvP, M+, and raid teams. We've showcased our competitive spirit at the highest levels that we can. Beyond that competition, we've embraced creativity and innovation, launching the official content team, our stream team. We've forged partnerships and representing our brand proudly at events like BlizzCon, PAX, and there will be more going forward. We're excited to share those with you. So this is a milestone and celebration of what we've all achieved together, and looking forward to the journey ahead. Extremely excited for 2025, and we'll get into some of those details of what our plans are moving forward here. If we can go to the next slide. So first and foremost, Valor Academy. It is one of our flagship programs. It is one of the first, if not the first, program that we launched when Valor started. Because most of us came from Valor in the beginning before World of Warcraft, many of us, not me, but a few of us, didn't play World of Warcraft before. Players like Jet and Recon and a couple of others. And we quickly learned that the game doesn't really do a good job of kind of easing you into the game. So we noticed a lot of people had a lot of questions and looking for guides, things along those nature. So we created the Valor Academy, a place to do workshops and answer tickets and have specific mentors, things along those. So that was the birth of the Academy. It's been the cornerstone of our community, setting us apart as a leader amongst other World of Warcraft guilds. Most guilds are either just social, RP, or raid teams, things like that. So this kind of gives us an edge for sure. It provides our members with unparalleled resources, guidance, and support. And as we look to 2025, we're really committed to taking it to even greater heights. Bringing Des in is going to be a huge help with that. Her organization and her leadership skills are going to be crucial to get the academy where we want to take it. So some of the goals for the future is doing monthly workshops. So we're going to introduce more detailed and specialized workshops each month, starting with kind of entry level and then getting into more advanced and expert level workshops. So for example, we'll start with a intro to tanking, and then like an advanced tanking, and then an expert tanking with various levels. Diving deep into the key aspects of the game to help our members hone their skills and achieve their specific goals. Comprehensive update overviews. So what we want to do with this is before every major game update, have a focused post. We don't need to rewrite the wheel. There's plenty of websites out there that'll give you specific details on every single change, but what we think it's important is to kind of have a comprehensive list of here's what you should do to prepare for this update, here's what's changing, here's the links to more details on those changes, and here's what you should be doing after the update goes live to achieve whatever specific goals you may have. Seasonal introductions. So as new seasons arrives, we'll guide you through any upcoming raids, dungeons, and systems. And then obviously we'll have our community keys, our community raids, and even our academy raid if you're looking to learn and do the base level stuff and kind of ease into it a little bit. And then our mentorship program expansion, we want to have more personalized support. So essentially have, a druid mentor, a paladin mentor, so on, so on. This way we can answer any questions and have somebody specific for you to hop into a voice chat with and learn whatever it is and ask any questions it is, but have, one single resource. So the Valor Academy has always been about empowering our members to succeed, and these expansions will ensure that every player in our community has access to the tools, the knowledge, and the mentorship that they need to thrive together. We'll continue building a legacy of excellence and innovation in the Warcraft community. You know, we've taken the last month or so to kind of step back and look at everything that we've done over the last 2 years and where everything is at. We made a couple posts about this of just getting organized, getting the right leaders in the right positions, and then we'll move forward and continue adding new programs once we get the ones we have where we want them. If we can go to the next slide, please. So Valor Esports. So this would be Fel. Over the last 2 years, we've really established Valor as a top competitive guild. We've maintained a very high level. There's 20 to 30,000 guilds that have stepped into a raid, and we've consistently been a top 1,000 guild in North America, which is huge, especially being only 2 years old. And we came out the gate with that. In just 2 years, we've solidified our reputation as one of the premier competitive guilds. We've been invited to several different tournaments and had representation pretty much every major event WoW has had in the last 2 years. We have grown to over 4 raid teams, 7 Mythic Plus teams, and 3 PvP teams, all working together to achieve greatness. Our teams have competed in the events, like I said earlier, MDI, DDI, the Arena World Cup, and now representation in the very first season of the Pet Battle Tournament. Since Dragonflight Season 1, we've achieved AOTC every single season, a streak that speaks to the skill and commitment of our community and players. Beyond individual achievements, we've established ourselves as a consistent force within the WoW community, which has been one of my highlights for sure. I'm a very competitive person, so I love seeing the numbers continue to get better and better as we grow. But these milestones reflect not just our accomplishments, but the strength of the community that we've built. As we look to the future, we remain committed to raising the bar, growing our teams, and cementing Valor as a leader in the competitive WoW scene. Moving into 2025, we're excited to continue building on this momentum, pushing our competitive teams to new heights, expanding our event offerings, meaning we want to start adding our own tournaments, so in-house, PvP tournaments, which we've done a little bit, but we want to start doing some Mythic Plus, the Pet Battles, and some other things that we have going. So we want to ensure that there's something for everyone, regardless of what content that you're into, which is what Valor was founded on. We can go to that. Actually, before I do that, Fel, is there anything you wanted to say about the?
I just wanted to touch
Yeah.
on the AOTC comment that you had made, and it's not just one of our teams that's accomplished AOTC. Every team we have fielded since season 1, Silver being the second team that was around for the majority of Dragonflight, also has achieved AOTC every season that they've been around. Valor Black was created early on in season 1 of this expansion. They've also achieved CE, and Valor Bronze, which is our beginner friendly and learning raid for players that are also coming back to the game after a long break. They're also now on the edge of getting AOTC, so keep an eye out for that, hopefully coming this week. Which just shows that all the teams have that dedication and drive to always want to succeed and go above and beyond their goals.
Fel, you might want to correct your statement there.
Oh, AOTC, my bad. Sorry, my bad.
Stolen
No
Valor.
way. All right,
No,
I'm getting yelled at by Des to get CE. It's all on in my head now.
Yes, we're excited to as we progress. Every season we've gotten better. That's for sure. When you look at teams that have been doing this for a long time, it's taken them several 5, 6, 7 expansions really to get to that level. Building a team takes time, especially at a CE level. It's a mental game. It's not just raw skill. You can be as good as you want, but if you don't have the mental for it, like, you're not going to succeed. So it does take time. We'll get there. I'm excited. Even as of right now, we're still top 30 on Thrall, and Thrall is one of the most competitive realms. I think it's the third most competitive. Might even be the second most competitive now. So really excited for the future of, so 26 currently, which is still fantastic. The last time I looked, there was over 3,500 guilds that have set foot in the raid this season on Thrall. That means that they've had a full 20-man roster enter the raid. So to be top 26 is still, fantastic. If we can go to that next slide. So Valor content. So one thing we did was expand the Valor brand through streaming, bringing on our official stream team. And in our mission to grow the Valor brand and community, we launched that official stream team, a milestone made possible through the support and passion of our incredible members. With an official presence on Twitch, meaning we have the official Twitch team called Valor Gaming. We've been able to empower our community streamers by promoting their content, supporting their aspirations, and celebrating their achievements. We've actually had a lot of people join the guild just because they've tuned into a Valor streamer. Every streamer has Valor in their title, and when people start to see that consistently, that goes a long way. We've helped numerous members achieve their Twitch affiliate status, surpass sub and follower goals, and collectively have reached over 30,000 hours watched just in the last year, and that isn't even the full year. That's just since we we enabled the stream team on Twitch. So that's a testament to the strength and talent within the overall community. And so looking ahead to 2025, we want to take this to the next level. So we're going to introduce a couple different tiers, which we talked about last town hall, and we're still going to get that out to you either late this month or early January, of a couple of different tiers that we're going to have, and we'll get into those details, like I said then. But that'll provide us with tailored support and opportunities so that we can ensure that we continue to be a hub for those with a passion for streaming and content creation and the creative growth and success. And this is just the beginning. We'll continue to push those boundaries, amplify the voices, and solidify Valor as a leader in the content creation space as well. And then, Jet, if you had anything that you wanted to add to that before we go to the next slide.
The only thing is, I just love to see if you like watching streams, head over to our server guide, and then we could you give yourself the role for our streamer notifications. A lot of us do like to just either have them up on lurk, mute the tab while you're watching, and just kind of check in the chat and get to know. It's a really great place to really get to know some of your guild members, fellow guild members, as well as some people. I see people link up for different content as well just by meeting through the streamers. So it's really great to just come hang out and get to know the streamers and get to know your fellow guild members.
We'll go to that next slide. So continuing on content, we started our first video series. So in our pursuit for fostering fun and engaging experiences within the community, we introduced Who Wants to Be a Goblinaire. If you have not checked that out yet, please do so. We would love your feedback and to have you join in on the game show. It's a game show inspired on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So that's why it's called Who Wants to Be a Goblinaire. Challenge to entertain our members. This exciting initiative has brought guild members together to test their knowledge, strategize, and compete for glory and prizes, all while embracing the spirit of camaraderie and friendly competition. So we've had a couple of people on there. Episode 2 recently came out a few weeks ago, and then we're excited to start recording the next couple of episodes here within the next month or so. So nail-biting questions, unforgettable moments, people confessing their love for Illidan and other characters. It's a perfect example of what makes Valor so unique, a place where we balance competitive excellence with a sense of fun and adventure. So get ready to dive into another year of unforgettable experiences as we continue to build on this community-driven favorite. Who's ready to become the next Goblinaire? We are accepting applications. if you would like to be on the show. If we can go to the next slide, and but actually before we do that, I do want to give a huge shout out to Recon and Jet for all their incredible work and long months of tireless work till 3, 4, 5 in the morning, working on the game show to get that out. The editing is fantastic. We've had nothing but good feedback. So super excited for the future of that and other content that we have planned. I'd also like to address the rumor that ice cream was to be promised certain individuals. I've yet to see any proof, any recordings, anything. Like I don't understand. I don't understand what we're talking about here. So we'll go to the next slide. All right, so we've talked about this for the last couple of town halls, and we are excited to finally get that out to you starting tomorrow. The Valor Awards. So as we look back on an incredible year, and even just the last couple of years, we're excited to honor the heart and soul of Valor Gaming, our community. We invite you to join us in celebrating the outstanding members who have made 2024 truly unforgettable. So, how this will work is starting December 16th, so tomorrow, we'll get out a form for you to nominate people from the community and the guild for various categories. And then on the 31st, we will compile a list of those nominees, and then you'll be able to vote for those specific categories. And then in January's town hall, we'll reveal the winners and the awards and all of that. And yes, to address the ice cream situation, I promise that any event that any Valor community event that we are at, I got you on the ice cream. I promise. Until we hit like 10,000 members, then possibly might not be able to do that. But so anyway, back to the awards. This is a chance for to shine spotlight on those who inspire, lead, and contribute to making Valor the incredible community that we all love, and celebrate those people we've helped or who have helped make 2024 the year to remember. DoorDash and send me the bill. Yikes. All right, we'll go to the next slide. So excited for the awards. It was a big thing we did last year, and I'm really excited to get more community involvement in that one. All right, so looking ahead for 2025, there's a lot of information that I'd love to share on here, but we're not quite ready to do that yet. But I do want to focus on a few categories that are really important. So leadership, communication, and growth. Over the last 2 years, I've said this a couple of times, we grew so quickly that it was just a matter of, we had all these ideas, and we've, did our best to implement as much as we possibly could. But now we really need to take. We've taken the last month or so, but we really need a couple more months probably to get organized and get set up for moving forward. So we just reintroduced the Community Keys program, and there's a lot more that we want to do moving forward. But we're committed to building on the foundation that has made Valor a thriving community and competitive force. So our focus remains on growth, innovation, and fostering a welcome environment for players of all skill levels and interests. So that means getting the right leaders in the right roles so that we can make sure that each avenue of Valor is running at its best. So that continues with leadership development and the community culture. So as we continue to train our leadership team, ensuring they embody and uphold Valor's vision, policies, and processes. And by strengthening our leadership team, we aim to cultivate a culture that aligns with our community values, competitive aspirations, and our dedication to inclusivity. And then that also stems to enhancing our internal systems. So in order to better serve the community, we're working on building internal systems that'll keep us organized and able to offer additional tools and resources and opportunities for all of our members. These systems are going to streamline our operations and ensure we're always prepared to meet the needs of our members. And it also helps us with our growth moving forward and making sure that we're always innovating and staying a step ahead of other communities like us. That's always been something we've been really good at. It's just a matter of getting things organized so that we can continue to do that. So moving forward, we're going to revisit the competitive culture. We don't want these to just be friend groups. We don't want them to be cliques. The competitive teams are here to be competitive. And we want to make sure that they have all the tools and resources that they need to make that happen. And we want to make sure that they can achieve their competitive aspirations. And then we're excited for 2025 and being involved in as many tournaments as we can. So we're going to expand the supporter perks. The supporters have been crucial to our competitive teams and just the community as far as doing giveaways and gold for the teams to compete, so that they have everything that they need. So to show appreciation for that, we'll be expanding the perks and benefits. So we're excited to get that out to you soon on what that's going to look like, including some discounts on merch and other things. And then we'll also be sharing monthly stat sheets in our supporter channel. So if you're a supporter, start looking forward to those. Kind of the theme we're going for here is kind of how Blizzard puts out their kind of graphic with, here's the roadmap. We're going to be doing something similar. And then in 2025, we want to introduce the Valor Council. So this is going to be a rotating team of community members that are in a non-leadership role who can attend certain meetings with Valor leadership. They'll provide a platform where they can share their ideas, things that they've heard from the community that they don't want, like and dislike, any feedback, and give their opinions directly to us, ensuring that the community always has a voice. And then in shaping the future of Valor, ice cream is not allowed to be brought up during those conversations. So as we move into 2025, we're excited to continue growing, evolving, creating unforgettable experiences for everybody. Lots more meetups, we hope. Hopefully there'll be a BlizzCon this year or in 2025. And then together we'll all make Valor's third year the best one yet. Especially now that we're going to get player housing. Pretty hyped for that. The next couple expansions look really good, so I'm excited for us to move forward. It's always about the ice cream. I'm going to dedicate like one whole town hall coming soon to just ice cream. That's it. It's just going to be ice cream. All right, we'll go over to the next slide. So this is where we need everybody. We did this last year where we did a kind of like a form, a feedback form. But what we're asking is, we really need your feedback for shaping what our plans for 2025 are. So things that you like, things you dislike, things that you would like to see added or removed from the community. Any of your suggestions, ideas, not ice cream related, please share those with us. The community is the cornerstone of everything that we do, and to continue building on that success and ensure we're focusing in the right areas that matter most to the community, we need your voice. We need your feedback. It's essential to help us understand, how our current systems and our focuses, and make sure our future plans are aligned with what you guys expect from, the community and your desires for Valor and how that looks moving forward. Whether it's positive praise or constructive criticism, we really need it all. Like I really, I invite you to DM me, open up a mod ticket. You can also use our website and click on the feedback form if you'd like to submit something anonymous. I need to know what's going on, what's working, what isn't working. If there's issues that we need to look at and resolve, like we need all of that information. So please give me and give us as much as much of that feedback as you can. Your feedback really matters, and it helps us move forward. Thank you, Sick. He posted the link there for anybody. All right. Does any other leader have anything they want to say before we move forward? Speak now, forever hold your peace. Good? Question mark.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay. All right, so we'll go to the next slide. So, like I said, this town hall was more about looking back at the last year and then looking ahead to 2025. But we did want to include our monthly WoW guild stats just to kind of give everybody an idea of where we're sitting. So currently 5 out of 8 on mythic progression. The top 5 characters in the guild hold a average Mythic Plus rating of over 3,200, which is amazing. Our top 3 PvP characters have a rating of over 2,200. And then the top 20 characters in the guild have an average item level of 635.90. That places us still in the top 1,000 guilds across the world and top 250 in North America. That's crazy. Highest item level in the guild is Immune Druid with 638. Highest Mythic Plus rating. I am horrible with these names, so I apologize if I say I'm wrong. But as Azublu and Blinkerino, they're tied with 3294. Big Boy Barry still at the top of the PvP rating with 2649. And then Lucky's Mage still has the most achievement points in the guild with over 46,000. That's crazy. And we are still over 300 plus registered guild members on Guilds of WoW. I think we're at 333 as of this morning when I looked, which puts us over 150 above any other guild, which is huge. When I was looking at the stats this morning for the guild, we have over 550 unique members in the in-game guild, and that's just for Valor 1 out of the 992 characters that are in the guild. We can go to that next slide, please. So, as always, we've introduced a bit more merch in the store. There's new mugs. There's a couple of new hats that's been added in the last month. And then, of course, our new Valor Pride jersey is officially on the Armor Shop as well. So we invite you to take a look at those, as well as our just base merch that is always on the main shop. So that's just shop.vlrgaming.com. If we can go to the next slide, please. And then obviously we'd like to thank our Valor supporters, our current supporters. For those that are interested, if you go to the top of the Discord, you can click on Server Shop, and then from there you can visit the server subscriptions or the one-time product purchases if you'd like to add like a custom Discord emote, sound, or sticker, or just a one-time donation, as well as sub to the Discord. This is how we pay for our website improvements and tools and resources for the Discord and the community, as well as our teams in game and the repair bills and all that stuff. Nobody pockets any of this. It's all straight back into the community. It allows us to keep innovating and providing more resources to you guys. No community ice cream. If we can go to the next slide, please. And as always, we'd like to thank all of our Valor partners. Moving into 2025, our partners are going to be crucial in our expansion and promotion, so we're excited to continue working with all of them. And then we've added the Pet Battle PvP community. So we're excited to move forward and working with them on season 2 of the Pet Battle tournament. We'd love to see as much participation from the community in that as we can. Get some competition for Puffin. Oh, we'll go to the next slide, which is our Q&A slide. So, like I said in the beginning of the town hall, we're going to use the rest of the town hall here just to answer any questions that you guys have and any feedback that you have, anything you guys would like to say or ask, or any of the leaders. I invite you, even if you're not currently a speaker, I can make you a speaker if there's anything that you guys want to say. Just let us know. And just want to take a minute to thank you guys, for 2 years of support. Discounts on Starforge. We don't get a discount, but we do get a kickback, which goes right back to the community. So I think it's 10% on any order, goes right back to the community, which is big. Plans for AOC. Yeah, we just got to see how the game evolves, but we do plan to support it. We do have a channel currently. I know with the alpha right now, there's not a lot of guild participation that you can do, but hopefully soon, TM. And then Fel, Jet, Milk, if there's anything that you guys would like to say, please, by all means.
Yeah, just to reiterate what I said earlier, thank you guys all so much for being here. It's been such an incredible 2 years. The amount of things that we've been through and gone through together has really, bonded a lot of us. Some of us maybe a little bit of trauma bonding. um, but in all seriousness, it's been a great couple of years, and getting to know our community members, getting to know you, and making friendships with you, and just companionship. And I think it's just been such a crazy 2 years, and I'm really excited to see what we do in the future. And it'll be all thanks to you, and thank you for being here, and all of your support.
For context on the trauma bonding, I think she's referring to the BlizzCon incidents where people were passed out drunk 3 o'clock in the morning with onion rings in their bathtub or something like that.
Oh
That
my
was crazy.
god.
Some kind of crazy time that was happening at BlizzCon.
Taco Bell on the floor. It wasn't me, by the way. Just putting it out there.
Then the trauma that Medaya and I had of boiled steaks from Denny's at 9 o'clock in the morning, or whatever they were trying to call those steaks. However they cooked them, I don't know. It was crazy.
Oh, Denny's.
I
Yeah,
really,
Denny's was the trauma bonding.
yeah. Catastrophic and I sharing some cold mozzarella sticks that took like 2 hours to get to our table. Listen, I don't know how they cook these steaks, but they were not cooked well. I mean, I understand it's a Denny's, but my expectations were already low, but they weren't that low. I hope there's a BlizzCon this year, but if not, we will be planning some meetups for sure. I know many of us plan on doing PAX East. I'd love for us to do PAX South or even TwitchCon. So if you guys have any suggestions or feedback on that, we'd love to hear it. Texas, there is PAX South and QuakeCon, but they're not as big. Yeah, Laurie, you're not wrong. It was an option, so it's like, why wouldn't I get a steak? I don't know. But
Prophet,
that is on me.
did you want to answer that question first from Casper?
Question. Probably not.
It's,
What's the question?
It's posted
if you could
twice.
go back and give yourself advice at the launch of Valor Gaming, what would it be?
Oh, that's a loaded question.
The obvious
I could go
ones,
back and give
Jesus.
myself advice.
Don't hire Fel.
I can't say don't hire Fel because we wouldn't be here without Fel. As much as I hate giving him credit for anything, I love Fel, and to be fair, for those who don't know the story, we tried to do an MMO community shortly after our previous community was all esports specific, and then I'll answer Cass's question after this story. But we tried doing ESO after like several months. We're like, all right, this just isn't working, and like we're putting too much time and money and energy into this. Let's take a break. And I was sitting in an airport, and I DM'd Fel, and I said we should have just done World of Warcraft, and he laughed and replied back. He's like, let me see what my cousins think of the new expansion, because Dragonflight had just come out. And I got on the plane, took off. I landed a couple hours later, and he messages me and he said, "Okay, I started a World of Warcraft guild. I got the name secured. Let's try it." And the rest is history. So here we are. But I guess if I
When
could,
was that?
that was December. That was December 19th of 2022.
So we're coming up 4 days.
4 days. And so I guess if I could go back and give myself advice, it would be just slow it down a little bit. Just on my end. Yeah, when we were Valor with spaces.
Yeah.
Slow it down a little bit. Take one day at a time. I think for the first 7 or 8 months there, things were moving so quickly that it was hard to really keep up. And then everybody had, these amazing ideas, but instead of just working on one at a time, we kind of just said, okay, here's the 20 things we want to do. Let's do them. Yeah, exactly what Kat just said. Start WoW sooner, focus on the foundation, build the core first, and try not to do everything all at once. Yeah, exactly what we're both trying to say. That's what it was. It was like, okay, we have 30 people in the guild right now. One half wants to do this, one half wants to do this. Let's do both. And then it's like, okay, then we bring in another 100, and there's 4 groups in there that want to do different things. We're like, all right, well, let's just do those. And so all of a sudden we had 30, 40 things going, and 4 of us were leading. We had 4 officers at the time. So it's looking back, if you really look at it, we started we started in December. By March we had 39 people. That was 39 characters in the guild, not people. And then by, I think it was August of 2023, we had over 700 characters in the guild. So it was rapid and it was fast. Yes. So if anybody is in game, we would love for you to meet up with us and take a couple screenshots here at the anniversary event. So if you don't have an invite, just message us in guild chat or ask in the chat here. Yeah, when we were talking about that this morning, Thras, when you joined, it was our first time doing heroic as a guild. And she called me out for standing and stuff. It was crazy.
I mean, it was probably deserved.
It was deserved. Yeah, 100%.
If I were to
Okay.
answer the question, if you could go back and give advice to yourselves at the launch of Valor Gaming, what would it be? As Prophet said, it's a tough question because we've been through so many ups and downs. It's so hard to say because we've tried going like really hard and stressing ourselves out and burning ourselves out. We've also gone like with a little more laissez-faire approach, but then things start kind of falling apart. So I guess maybe then I guess I came to the conclusion then is to just stay balanced in Valor and don't give too much but also give enough to show the support for the community and the guild and everything like that. So yeah, I guess in conclusion, finding balance, that would be my advice to my younger and much more bright-eyed and bushy-tailed self.
Yeah, I think that's a loaded question too, because it's like, if we didn't do everything that we did, would we be where we are now? There's a chance for sure, but there was definitely need for some balance. Um, there was. I think I stepped away from raiding in season 2 or late season 2 of Dragonflight, and I don't think I played a game for the next 7 or 8 months. Like, it was just Valor work all the time. So finding a little bit of a balance of being able to play games and running the community is definitely a hard one to find.
I would agree with Jet and Prophet on that. That was one of my biggest things is we all work full-time jobs on top of doing this. So finding that balance it's been difficult for me especially because Silver Raid lead plus the CFO stuff, been just trying to balance everything.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a good question though.
Tycho's actually had a question earlier as well when we first started, and it's what are the plans for AOC?
Yeah, so I had said, we want to wait and see where the game kind of develops. There isn't a lot you can do as a guild on the alpha right now, but as soon as the game does officially release, we will certainly have a guild established and recruiting. I think this kind of leads back to just kind of what we've been focusing on for the last 2 months or so, and then moving into to January here, is we want to make sure what we have now is running well. We want to do one thing really, really well. Like, we know we have a formula that works, right? Like, we were able to establish ourselves in WoW. We know what it takes to set up a guild. Like, that part's one thing. But with other MMOs, their communities aren't as big. So with WoW, it's a lot easier because there's so many people that play, right? So you look at Ashes of Creation, we don't know how the game's going to do. So if we start pulling resources from our WoW leadership to focus on Ashes, and then the game dies out, then the only thing that happened was our WoW community suffers a little bit. So it's a matter of getting leadership built out for Ashes, and we'll see where the game goes and go from there. So I get asked that a lot. I probably would get a question, at least that type of questions, at least once a week of have we thought about moving into other games? And it's not from a lack of wanting to. It's I'm trying to be a little bit more reserved because I don't want to lose what we have, and I don't want the community to suffer because we're pulling resources that are already stretched thin into yet another game.
And Prophet, you got another question there. If you could be any flavor of ice cream, which flavor would you be, Mr. CEO, sir?
Black raspberry, easy.
Yeah.
So good.
Here's one. For any of the leaders in VALOR, what are some unexpected challenges you faced as leaders in the gaming community?
Oh boy, that's even more loaded, in my opinion.
Managing expectations, honestly. So I can cover this one from my end. This comes back to just how quickly we grew, and you start to make friendships so early on, and it's easy when you're small to I say small when you're only at a couple hundred members in the guild. It's easier to be everywhere and show support to everyone, especially with the streamers. I think that was probably one of my first real big challenges. Is you go from hanging out with everybody all day every day, but then we get so big that it's like, okay, you kind of got to start splitting your time between everybody, and then all of a sudden everybody from before is getting upset that you're not hanging out as much, and that was a real challenge for me.
Agreed.
Early on, this kind of ties into that. Early on, and to a point, I think any of the leaders that have been around or see me in the leadership chats will say that this is still the case, but I get really upset when people leave, and I take it too personal because I want to know why and what we could have done to prevent that. And learning early on that sometimes people just aren't the right fit, and sometimes we're just not the right fit for everybody was probably the hardest thing for me to learn. Just want to be like, why don't they love me? Come back. Why are you leaving? We have everything. What are we not doing? What did we do wrong? So that was the hardest thing for me, and still is. Getting better though, but it's not an easy thing. The most toxic thing somebody can do to me is to just leave without saying why. Especially if they've been here a while. Drives me nuts. Be right back, about to leave. Fortunately, we don't get very many that leave. We've retained a lot as a proof of that when I logged in this morning, because characters are now been here over a year and a half. We're starting to get alerts for anniversaries and alerts for in-game guild promotion, and we had over 200 and almost 300 characters ready for promotion today. So that's really good retention. Fel, sorry, I think you were gonna say something.
I was gonna say, I think the biggest challenge for me has just been designating and delegating work. I have a really, really bad habit, and Prophet yells at me all the time for it, that like I'll have somebody come to me with an issue, and instead of passing it off to the person that needs to do it, I'll just do it right then and there for the sake of getting it done. And I know it's not a healthy thing to do, and I'm trying my best to get better at it.
He says I yell at him, which is true, but it's also one of my toxic traits as well. Is I'd rather just I'll tell somebody that we need to do something, and then they'll ask me how, but instead of me telling them how, I'll just go and do it because it's easier. Not an easy thing to do. You guys are wild. I don't yell at you in Valorant. All I want you to do is the correct thing. You can do whatever you want as long as it's correct. I don't know. I mean,
Oh, Casper's got like a whole set of like really good questions she's asking. Prophet, this one's
Yeah,
probably
what core
an easy
values
answer for
define
you.
Valor Gaming, and how do you work to foster those within the community? I'll just quickly answer that one from my end, and obviously else can answer that one. One of the core values that we define is inclusivity. I think is one of the biggest ones, and we want people to know that there's a space for everybody here, within reason, as long as those vision and values align with what we're trying to do here. We have one of the challenges, I think, going back into the other question, is finding also that balance of, like, we are welcoming to everybody, but at what point do we have to say, hey, maybe this isn't the place for you? So unfortunately, we have had those instances. But I think inclusivity is and offering a safe environment for those people. And we want to have a place where people don't feel uncomfortable being in a voice chat, because they're not going to start getting any kind of hate for anything. So we want to be able to make sure that people recognize that we have players from all backgrounds here, and all skill levels. And we want to make sure that the entire community is aware of that. So, to be sure to uphold those values while they're here. And we also, we want to help people ourselves. And then we also want other people to help each other within the community. So I think that's the one, like, we really try to uphold that by having these types of meetings, showing that we are interested and we want to know what you want in the community. We always have our mod tickets that are available for you to reach out at any point to let us know if you have any kind of questions, comments, feedback on anything. And we always want to make sure that we are upholding that type of value.
I
Yeah. Go ahead.
in
Go ahead.
conjunction with that, that's why within the community we have players from all shapes and sizes, from brand new players to CE players. We want to make sure everybody has a space to enjoy the game and be who they are and just enjoy life and gaming.
Yeah, I mean exactly what Milk and Jet had said. Being inclusive, supporting everyone and everything as long as you're within reason.
Slinky.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean that's the goal. Yeah, I want. When we started this, we just want a place for people to escape and play games and hang out, regardless of your background and your views on everything. As long as you're not pushing that on everybody else, this is a place to just play video games, just hang out, escape all that. You get enough of that stuff in the real world. You don't need it here. Toxicity is unavoidable. It's going to happen. People are going to come in, and it's our jobs as leaders to root those out. I think compared to many other communities that I have been in, we do a very good job of weeding those out as quickly as we can. We have had very limited, very small bits of, you can call them drama. I really wouldn't say that we've had a lot of drama. So that's one thing that's been fortunate. But that all comes down to community feedback too. So we're not always going to be in channel. We're not always going to see and pick up on every little thing. So that's where we need all of the the community members to report what they're seeing. Let us know if hey, this happened and was kind of weird, or this isn't a great look. Just providing that feedback to us. I'm an open book. If there's something that's going on that you think I need to know about or you have questions about, you can come right to me. If I'm not going to give away any personal information ever, but I'm here. To answer Lieutenant Dan's question, if we were to ever make a video game, I think we would have to go with some form of MMO.
I think when he says some form, I think we would take all MMOs and take just all of our favorite parts of that MMO and just smash it all into one game.
Yeah.
You know, mini game. We could have like a mini game with FPS in it or something. I don't know. Maybe a little bit of farming, a lot of farming probably.
Listen, don't be knocking on Farm Sim.
Listen, I just want BDO
Who,
to
me?
actually have group content. That's it.
No. The people in chat.
Oh,
Yeah, if BDO had group content, that would have been nice. I love the graphics and detail. My own VR paintball. I wouldn't be able to do my own FPS game, VR or not.
we also had a couple more questions. One from Casper. How do you adapt guild activities and events to meet the needs of casual and hardcore players alike?
Yeah, it's actually a really good question, and it's a hard one to answer. I think an example would be bringing the community keys back. When we did community keys at first, the idea was to be a training and learning. For those who are new to keys or wanting to get involved with keys, but then over time, we start having people show up who are the max IO. So it's certainly a challenge. Balancing that because it's like we want to have support for both. So I guess the how we do it is a lot of planning and a lot of careful detail and getting the right people involved. Fortunately, people like Nomi and Fell and Fluffy and Sick have been really helpful in organizing and making sure that stuff is going correctly. It's a hard
Community
one to answer.
community raid is a great example of that because we have
Yes.
players from all over, from seed raiders
Yeah.
to new players in there, and the basics is just if somebody doesn't know something, just explain it to them and kind of help them through it.
Yeah, setting expectations I think is a good way to put that, right?
Yeah,
When you come to a community raid, it's important to understand like, hey, this isn't CE progression. We're gonna have a mix. If you're not, we're here to have fun.
Yes.
If you're looking for something competitive, we have that option for you. We have competitive teams for that reason.
Another question. What is something you're proud of accomplishing recently within the guild? From Demas/Taylor.
Got to think on that one. Do you guys have anything? Let me think for a minute.
I think taking into consideration all of the ups and downs and challenges that we've faced in the past 2 years as a guild, something that I'm really proud of accomplishing is just our 2 year anniversary. Just kind of getting there, and having that mental strength and will to push through some of the things that we have. And we keep a lot of it behind closed doors, and we don't want anybody to know what we do. It's not anyone else's business, because we want to make sure that everybody here is comfortable and and happy, and they don't need to know what's going on behind the scenes. But we do face a lot of challenges, and a lot more challenges that I think a lot of people realize. So one of the things that I am really proud of accomplishing personally is just getting to this point. It's been a wild ride.
Yeah, I think there's the two things that I could say to that is these town halls are my favorite because we get to see all the feedback, good and bad. So that's for me a big accomplishment is when I get DMs or I get whispers or I get emails and feedback from the community of like, hey, this is what we love. Hey, this is what we think could be improved. To me, that's the best success. Is because when you have people that stick around and provide you that feedback, it's because they want to be here and they want to see the community grow. And I think this isn't so recent, but one of my favorite accomplishments, if I guess you could call it an accomplishment, was BlizzCon. And when we were walking around in our jerseys, having people stop and say, "Oh my God, it's the Valor guys!" Like I thought that was awesome. And we're 10 times bigger now than we were then.
Yeah, that was only a
So
year in.
yeah, I mean that was only a year in, and just off of the little bit of social interaction or social media interaction that we had. So even people like Towley stopping to say, "Hey, I've heard of you guys. Like that stuff is awesome." Means we're doing the right things, going in the right direction.
Guild's current goals for the next few months.
Organization.
Mm-hmm.
We've been saying that a lot recently. It's getting leaders into the right roles because it's not an issue of having bad leaders or anything like that. It's just we've had leaders move on to other things, other opportunities, which we fully support them in. But what we haven't done is replace and get people into those roles. So focusing on that, I've said a couple times this town hall, getting Des in as academy lead and getting her caught up to speed and going is a huge undertaking. Because Academy is so important to the brand and the community and all of us. Just seeing that thrive is going to be my biggest focus, and then moving into after that, it's building the culture for our competitive teams. I think at first there was a little bit of misunderstanding of what the purpose of the teams was. A lot of the feedback we got was people not wanting to be a part of cliques and things like that, and that's not what it is. It's Raider Ido did a really good write up about it. What the difference between a clique and a team is, and the teams we need to be able to attract in more competitive players and players that want to compete in these tournaments, which help get our recognition out there, which brings in more partners, which helps benefit the community because we can provide more resources and tools and giveaways, things like that. So it all comes full circle. There's a lot to focus on, but getting organized and getting ready for expanding next year is the focus.
Jekyll is going to be starting his event.
Yep. If we could post a link too, if we want to get that.
Oh, there it is. Thank you, Sick.
Perfect. Thank you, Sick. I saw another. Where would I post to help getting your M plus rating over 2K? Fel, if you want to maybe hook him up with Fluffy and just see if there's any teams that might be looking.
Oh yeah, I can definitely do that.
If Valor Gaming had an official mascot, oh, it's Valor Guy. Valor Guy's our mascot. I still waiting. Somebody's got to get the first Valor Guy tattoo and do the first Valor Guy cosplay, which I know has been talked about a couple of times.
I like how Boomy's catching strays from Valor Guy. Did you see that?
Yeah, please, if anybody would like to see the PvP tournament hosted by and put on by Jekyll and the PvP team, we posted that stream there. Obviously, we're going to keep going here as long as you guys have questions. We'll stick around, but if anybody wants to, or anybody needs to go move over to that to compete, by all means, please do. If BlizzCon comes back, hell yeah, Rhino would be the perfect Valor Guy. I'm in. Profit buys me ice cream, I will get the tattoo. Yeah, if anybody has questions and ideas for the academy, we're looking for ideas and suggestions on workshops. If you're interested in being a mentor, please apply. You don't have to be knowledgeable in every aspect of WoW, but if there's something you're really passionate about and you have a lot of knowledge on, we would love to hear from you. You can go up to team applications in the server guide, and you can apply as a mentor through that.
And I think
Just
while we're
know
doing
everything.
questions,
Go ahead.
sorry, I think if we're while we're doing questions and waiting for questions, if everybody wanted to make sure that they're up on stage, joined up in the group for the group photo, we'd love to get those pictures going before people have to start taking off.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to do a giveaway too here, Sick. If you have that all ready to go, I'm gonna invite you to speak. I forgot all about that. So we will pick 5, Sick. So we'll do the first 5 that you spin.
Thank you, Recon.
What we're gonna do, everybody, is Sick has all of your names for everybody who attended the town hall. He's gonna put them into a spinning wheel thing that he can share his screen on. Jed, if you want to stop sharing yours.
Cheers.
And then we'll pick the first 5, and then we have codes for the the trolley gummy pet in game. We have a bunch more of those that we'll be giving out over the next several weeks as well. If I missed your question or if we missed your question, please repost it. I'm sorry, chat is be quick. Important quality for a leader. Communication is the number one. I can. Yeah, we're able to teach anybody anything, but you need to have good communication to be a leader here. What'll the next ice cream social be? We should get something on the calendar.
Next meetup.
If the mods can make a note
Oh.
of that, let's do an ice cream event. Meet up in Texas. Texas is hot. I don't know why I want to go to Texas.
You got friends in Texas.
True. I've been to Texas a couple times. I was there for the Air Force and I was there for QuakeCon. That's where I met Mew for the first time. There is a PAX South. Damn right. I had the best chair. That was government issued chair.
Explains it.
All right, so we have the spinning wheel up. Sick. So how we're gonna do this? If you win, you can message Sick, and he will get you a code, and then Sick, I'll send you a list of codes. But we'll go ahead and spin 5 times, and we'll pick 5 winners, and we will go from there.
Okie dokie. Fig. And I am going to butcher names, so I apologize. Give me 1 sec. I just want to write the. All right.
Oh, that was a close one.
Yeah.
Guys, just remember to DM Sick, and he'll get you your code.
Yes, please. All right. Nice. Congrats, low key. I was just saying that literally was like the last one, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Almost got it on that one.
Rigged.
Hey, I'm just pushing a button. I can't even do that well. Nick. And the last one. Let's get it. All right. Yes.
Hey, congrats, everybody.
Congrats, everyone. Sock also had a question.
Sock.
I'm running away.
Thank you, Sick.
Mhm.
Did I miss the question? Where was the question?
Said, obviously, aside from having passion and a valued member as criteria to become a leader in Valor, burnout and value of time is usually the culprit for people stepping down. Is there a system to combat that?
Yeah, we've been very vocal with the leaders. We have a set list of expectations. Understanding that this is volunteer and you're not being paid. This isn't your full-time job. Our expectation is you just communicate. So if you need some time away, if you need to step down, or if you need a break or anything like that, all we ask for is just, hey, give us a heads up, tell us. We also make sure that we're communicating with the leaders so that they understand. We may need all hands on deck, this day, but making sure that we're not doing that too often. We try our best to maintain that. think we do a pretty good job for the most part. It's demanding, especially the raid leads, maintaining your rosters, things like that. So it's just a matter of making sure that they have the right tools in place, and then just like Milk said, just communication. That is our number one ask. Um, if you're not communicating, then you're not going to fit in well in the Valor leadership team. I can promise you. It is our number one requirement. It's our only requirement. Be professional, communicate. Yeah, I mean, if we've had leaders step down, just hey, job changes or life changes. It's we appreciate, and we appreciate everybody's continued hard work and dedication. But we understand other things happen, and so Casper asked, what has been the most rewarding part of leading? Honestly, I kind of leads back to the thing before. Like, these town halls are probably the most, because it's a time that I get to interact with everybody the most, and just seeing all the positive feedback, and how excited everybody is for the future is the most rewarding for me.
I
The
could
most
answer this
rewarding.
one
Sorry, go
pretty
ahead, Milk.
well.
Go ahead,
You're
Mel.
okay. I could answer this one pretty well. So when I found Valor Gaming, I was in a very rough spot in my life, and there are some people in this community that have, uh, for better lack of terms, saved me, and really helped me through some dark times. And I really enjoy helping others through those times. So, like, and using the gaming space as a getaway has been really nice. So, like, helping others with the same issues has been really rewarding for me.
I think
Uh,
playing Valorant has probably not been beneficial, but
I think for myself, one of the most rewarding parts of leading Valor Gaming would be the connections that I've made with people that I would have never met outside of Valor. Meeting people from all over the world and just getting to know them and getting to know some of their cultures, and yeah, just connecting with people. I very much have always been my whole life a very introverted person, a very quiet person, and I never really liked to get out of my comfort zone. I did not play multiplayer games before I joined Valor. I was a solo gamer. I only played campaigns if I ever played an MMO. um if I were to play something like, okay, yeah, so I used to play Call of Duty, but the only thing I would ever do was play the campaign, that type of stuff. So I really got out of that comfort zone and pushed myself to get to know people from all around, and trying to uh, forge those friendships and bonds with people. So, and getting to know them, being encouraging for their endeavors and stuff like that, and then having people reach out to say how much it meant to them is has been very, very rewarding for me, and it makes me feel really, really nice. I don't do it to try to get that. I do it because I truly believe people really want support even if they don't think they do. And then once they realize that they get that, if they don't get it outside of a gaming community, then it's just even better.
then to answer have you ever thought the guild would progress as far as it has? Absolutely not. Um, like I said earlier, we went from 30 to 40 characters to over 700, and then over 800 and 900, and now 1,000 plus. We have the two guilds. Being invited to go tour Blizzard, going to BlizzCon, going to PAX, and meeting people, the partnerships we've made along the way, and just seeing us on social media, all the interactions with some of the most popular people in WoW, like I never in my wildest dreams. And so it's been an amazing 2 years, and I'm really excited to see where we can take this moving forward. Um, lots of growing pains, like Jet was saying, and there's some ups and downs of of learning. Definitely made mistakes along the way, but we know we're on the right track. It's just a matter of putting the things in place to keep going. Thanks, E. Have a good evening.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
If that's it, we will start winding down here. I appreciate again everybody coming and hanging out. I will have by tomorrow evening the Valor Award nomination form out to everybody to start nominating the for different categories. There'll be some for just the guild, some for just the community, and some for each specific team. And then next town hall, we will share those results. Any announcements for next week and Christmas break? Yes, but nothing I can share at the moment. I will keep that secret.
But also, just a reminder that we do have our contest going on for Ugly Christmas Sweater. We're doing in-game gold for that. So if you have any kind of sweater, if you want to make your own ugly sweater, please do. We would love to see that. I especially love seeing photos. As I mentioned before, I get to meet all these people from all over the place and get to learn the different cultures from the different areas, like even the people in the US. I'm Canadian, for those who are not aware, and so many states have different cultures in a way, and accents, and so getting to know people from all these different states, and trying to figure out where they're from just based on the way that they speak has been a lot of fun for me. So yeah, just I love seeing people's pictures and sharing that little part of their lives with us and with me. And yeah, so I just think that's great.
Awesome.
So
Jed, if you
please
can answer that
share some
question.
pictures. I love to I really truly I love to see them. Do I love maple syrup? Well, yes, I am Canadian. So I do have a couple of different types of maple, not types of maple syrup, but I have maple syrup from different parts of Canada that I actually have collected in a way. And I've been gifted maple syrup in the past, and I really cherish that maple syrup.
All right, everybody, enjoy. Okay, all right, we're moving on. If everybody, sorry, if anybody does have any questions or feedback or anything like that, as always, you can open up a mod ticket. DMs are open. The feedback form on the website is there. If you'd prefer to do it anonymous, and we will see you back here next month. And again, thank you everybody for coming and hanging out and listening to me talk for an hour and a half.
Yeah, we have socials. We really would really appreciate if you were to get on your socials, even if you haven't logged in for a while. Just get in there, give us a like. Maybe even you might find you want to keep up with us on there to know what's going on. So obviously we have our socials there. Thank you for posting the links. We have Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. So be sure to connect with us there. Like, share, and subscribe. Absolutely. And hit that bell notification icon.
All right. Everybody have a good rest of your weekend. I won't remind you that tomorrow is Monday. Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, everyone.